Chalkma, my name is Changing Winds, and before anything else, I want to be clear about what I stand for. I don't support hate. I don't support racism. I don't support division. My fire is for truth, for healing, and for connection. My art and my words are born from struggle, survival, and memory, not to tear people down, but to lift people up. Sometimes I share songs or stories that mean something personal to me, even if they hit others differently. But here, everything I share is part of my story, my survival, and my voice. This space is for honesty, for lifting each other, for keeping the fire alive together. If you're here, you matter. You're part of the circle. Let's rise together. Well, you clicked on one of Ilanchi Mali's videos. Great. Now here's the question. Are you going to watch it, share it, like it? Get pissed and cuss me out in the comments. Just make sure it's at least 7 words minimum. Are you going to support the stories? Links to do that are down below. Just don't scroll in silence. Or do scroll in silence. I really don't give a damn, because sometimes silence is louder than words. One planet, one family, one home. We must remember as one. I used to believe home was a house, a street name, a state you scribbled on forms. I thought it was something you owned, or defended with fences, or proved with papers. But the older I get, the more I feel the ground humming under my feet, whispering through roots and stone. This planet is your first address, the only one we'll ever share. Before countries, before flags, before the word border ever carved scars into maps, there were wanderers. My ancestors, your ancestors, feet stained with river mud, hands blistered from planting seeds in soil they finally dared to trust. And when that first seed pushed green through the earth, a promise was born. We can stay, we can belong, we can call this place home. They didn't need governments. They didn't need sermons. They didn't need permission. They called it home. Now, I wonder about the tribes still hidden in forests, still fishing quiet waters, still hunting with bows older than the words I'm speaking. What do they think when they look up and see a silver plane splitting the clouds like thunder made metal? Do they think it's a god's chariot, a sky serpent, or just a noise they wish would pass? What do they think when they stand on a shoreline and see giant ships dragging shadows across their sacred waters? Do they whisper prayers? Do they wonder what kind of people need floating cities to feel safe? And what do they think when bright wrappers, plastic bottles, and shards of glass wash up on their shores like strange shells from a poisoned ocean? Do they wonder what world creates such things and why that world lets them drift into theirs? I'll be honest, I didn't always see it. I grew up in a world that taught me to take, to measure worth and what I owned, to salute flags as if they were holy, while ignoring the ground beneath my feet. I thought being American was an identity, that the lines on a map meant more than the rivers under it, that freedom was bought with papers, not born from belonging. It took me years, and pain, and loss, and listening to the silence between storms, to hear a different truth, that the earth does not need my loyalty, only my care. That home is not a border, it is a bond, and I dream of what it would look like if we remembered, if cities stopped choking skies with smoke and instead built gardens on rooftops, green, spilling down steel towers like waterfalls. If children learned the names of stars before they memorized the names of wars. If tribes in forests, fishermen on islands, and workers in crowded cities could look at each other and see not strangers, not threats, but family. If the ocean stopped carrying our trash and started carrying only songs of whales again. If planes in the sky were not omens of fear, but bridges of connection. if ships were not shadows on sacred waters, but lifelines weaving us together. Sometimes I think those tribes are the last ones who know the truth, that the earth is not a warehouse, that the water is not a trash bin, that the sky is not our billboard, that home means balance, not ownership. If the first people could speak to us now, they'd remind us of the promise that seed once carried. We can stay, we can belong, but only if we learn to belong together. Because this is not my home, not your home, not their home. It is our home, and home is not something you conquer. Home is something you honor. So I stand here, one voice among billions, saying what should not be radical. This planet is our first and only home. Stop breaking it. Start belonging to it. Start belonging to each other. And maybe one day, when those tribes look up at the sky, they won't see machines tearing it open. Maybe they'll see hope instead. Maybe they'll see family. Maybe they'll see us finally remembering what home really means. This work isn't just about me, it's about us. Every story, every scar, every fire still burning. If you believe these stories matter, if you believe our voices deserve to be heard, there are ways to help keep them alive. Every like, every share, every comment, that's fuel, that's a spark. But if you want to go deeper, if you want to help carry the torch further, you can support through Patreon, patreon.com, Changing Winds Podcast, Ko-fi, ko-fi.com, Changing Winds Podcast, CashApp, Changing Winds Podcast, Venmo, Changing Winds Podcast. Your support helps me tell the stories they tried to erase. It helps me keep creating, keep speaking, and keep reminding the world, one planet, one family, one home. We must remember as one.